IVM.
$100. That's all it takes to begin your journey with Bitcoin and Ethereum. No, really. With CoinSwitch, you can start investing in over 100 cryptocurrencies with just 100 rupees. On top of that, there are zero charges for deposits and withdrawals, so you can trade, buy, sell, however and whenever you want. All of this, plus their extremely intuitive interface, makes CoinSwitch the perfect app for beginners in the crypto space. But don't take my word for it. Just download CoinSwitch for free and try it out for yourself. If you'd like more information on cryptocurrencies, tune into A Show About Crypto with me, Rohan Joshi, my new adventure on IVM Podcasts. CoinSwitch, kuch to badlega.
So you met a guy through a dating app, maybe through a friend or then at a party. And you were kind of dating him for 3 odd months, maybe a little more, but he ghosted you at the end of it. Or then he was always kind of not there and making you run after him until finally one day you decided to call it quits, call him out on it. Or then he told you that he can't do this, it's not working out. Whatever the reason, basically it's been about 4 or 5 weeks now, or maybe months. And through all the crying, through all the dealing with this massive heartbreak that you have just gone through, you've realized that this guy was a narcissist. Oh my God, what a discovery. You just earned yourself the title of a counselor. Or then you just got yourself a new hashtag to use on your Instagram. Hi, I'm Chetna. I'm a positive action coach. And today I'm talking about heartbreaks and the labels that we impose on those who broke our heart. Because we are seeking closure. Because we cannot accept that we've been rejected. And let me tell you this is not an episode where I'm only calling the girls out. I mean, guys do this too. For a lot of them, their version of narcissistic behavior is gold diggers. Oh, she left me because I wasn't earning well. Oh, look, she was just after my money. Oh, she's just a hoity-toity girl, high maintenance. How many of y'all have labeled people that you have gone on dates with or then been in a relationship with? How many of y'all? I mean, I know I have at one point of time. Until I realized my folly and corrected my ways. Question is, are you willing to correct your ways? Does somebody ghosting you qualify him as a narcissist? No, not really. Do all the qualities listed on Google for a narcissist? If you spot all the qualities listed on Google for a narcissist in that one person that you went on many dates with, would that qualify that person to then be called a narcissist? No. Why not? Because you're not a therapist. You're not a psychologist. Also, some people may show narcissistic behaviors. That does not mean that they are entirely a narcissist. There are many different layers and levels. But you wouldn't know that, would you, Madam Google graduate? Am I saying that these guys are justified to behave the way they do? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, irrespective of somebody's behavior, you are not qualified or justified to label somebody as a narcissist, as a gold digger, or even as a psychopath. When you fall for these trend words, when you start using these, you start building up fear mechanisms within your own self, which means the next time that you go on a date, you aren't looking for whether this can work or not. You're trying to spot the narcissist. You're trying to figure out how to not have your heart broken. Well, if you want to experience love, you're going to have to be willing to have your heart broken many times. Like I've said in episodes before this one, you want a specific type of love. If you're not willing to deal with the disappointments, then that love ain't coming knocking on your door. The only ones coming knocking on your door are the Swiggy delivery guys. You're free to date one of them if you want to. I mean, why not? Let me also call the guys out right now. So a girl who has been fortunate enough to be born in a certain family where her parents were able to give her a certain lifestyle. She is 20 odd years old, maybe 30 odd years old, maybe 40 odd years old, and has lived a certain lifestyle because her parents could afford it, or then she worked really hard to build that lifestyle. Now, if she rejects you because you aren't earning enough, because you are not living the same lifestyle as her, it does not make her a gold digger, my friend. It makes her somebody who knows what kind of lifestyle she wants to live and what she is not willing to negotiate on. So then the guys who aren't earning as much as these girls who live this grand lifestyle, do they not deserve a woman like that? I'm not saying that. Maybe you do. Maybe you have all the qualities. Well, work hard and rise up to her level then, instead of labeling her as a gold digger. If she has spent her entire life only dining at the Taj, then maybe she doesn't need to settle with somebody who can only take her out to Janta. All of you people out there who have this illusion, and these illusions have been built thanks to Bollywood and our regional film industries, all of y'all who think that money does not matter, two people should fall in love irrespective of status, irrespective of finances, irrespective of religion, caste, etc., etc. Sure, it can happen. And maybe there are people who will make it happen and they'll figure it out. But those people have to have a lot of courage and massive amounts of resilience. And the love has to be so strong that you are willing to fight against the whole world for it. Now, most of us, we get anxiety when we walk into a supermarket. Most of us are feeling anxious and have next to zero resilience when a job interview is going bad, when we don't know whether our travel plans are going to go through or not. And you want to sit there and fight for this grand love story. And if the girl does not side you, then you want to label her as a gold digger. I mean, really? Are you even stepping up to the plate? Are you even showing up for her? Are you telling her that, listen, you will have to negotiate on your lifestyle only for 2 years or maybe 3 years? I'm telling you, we will work hard together and get back to that lifestyle. Are you telling her that? No, you aren't, are you? Because you're sitting there and throwing yourself a pity party. I mean, you're the lost puppy who was dealt the bad hand of cards, born in a family that isn't really doing that well. I mean, you come from a great family, but boo-hoo, you didn't get the same opportunities that your friends got who are now extremely successful in their career, right? And so a girl should take pity on you and drop her standards and date you, marry you, have babies with you, and struggle with you through her entire life. I'm not saying that there aren't women out there who would do this for love. I'm saying that you don't have a right to demand this. If a girl decides not to do that, if she chooses not to go down that path, it does not make her a gold digger. It makes her somebody who knows what she can do and what she is not willing to do, and that is okay. To everybody who is listening in, everyone has the right to choose, and everyone has the right to change their mind. To the girls who have labeled all the guys that they have dated for barely 3 months as narcissists, I'm telling you this. You had signs from day one. That guy was waving a massive red flag from day one. But you followed through. You pushed your way through. Why? Because you had a love story written in your head and you wanted to make that happen. Because, oh my God, how can this love story not happen? Not one more time. This one has to be a success. Look, I felt the connect. It was so real. Guys, it takes way more than a connect to make a relationship happen. And for anybody who's on the other side of 30 or on the other side of 40, grow up. Grow up and become a little more matured about how you are handling relationships and how you are dealing with your own self through disappointments. Unless you are a trained therapist, please don't label people as narcissists or gold diggers or any other label you want to put on them. Yes, somebody might have many issues to get into a commitment. Sure. And somebody may have led you on. It happens. Or then somebody may have painted a certain picture and then suddenly got up and said, I can't do this. And you may feel that that's terribly unfair. It happens again, and it's not a nice feeling. I understand this. I've gone through it myself, so I get what you are saying. But irrespective of your experience, you do not get to condemn somebody else or label them as something because they rejected you or they said this was not working out for them. Every person, including you, has a right to choose. You have your preferences and you are allowed to change your mind. Nobody should have to settle for anything in love. Isn't that what we all say? I mean, one of the biggest fears that all of us have is that we will have to compromise. Nobody wants to make adjustments and nobody wants to compromise in love. You're not willing to do it, but the other person should settle for you. How convenient. For all of you who are listening to this episode, please drop your need to label somebody in order to give yourself closure. Learn to accept that you tried and it did not work out. Learn to accept that you saw the signs, they were there, but you chose to ignore them because your love story, the one you were writing in your head, was more important to you. Learn to accept that, yes, there are some people who honestly are not in your league. And they're not in your league because they're better than you, but because they're living a very different life. And their life goals and what they want out of their life is very different. They're looking at a very, very, very different journey. They do not want to board the same train that you are on. And they're allowed to make that choice. So stop throwing yourself a pity party and get on with it. Go out there, date people, explore, understand what you want from life and a relationship. Learn to communicate that with these people that you're going out on dates with and see where it takes you. Sometimes it will work out, sometimes it will not. We're all looking for love. And just because you and I didn't work out doesn't mean that you are a villain or I am one. On my Positively Unlimited podcast, which you will find if you just scroll down on the app that you're listening to this episode on, you will find a whole series of A to Z that I did on relationships. Go listen to that. There is an episode called Consideration Box. Definitely listen to that one. Also, there are episodes on expectations. Must listen to those if you're out there dating. And if you want to know where you can listen to these, well, they're available on the IVM Podcast app and website. You can connect with us on Instagram and Twitter. Our handle is IVM Podcast. And if you want to connect with me, to do a session, to realign your love life, to understand your patterns, to figure out how you can stop making those choices that cause your heart to break over and over again, well, DM me on Instagram. My handle is Positivity Angel.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam Gupta is joined by Gopal Agrawal, Senior Fund Manager, HDFC AMC Limited. They talk about the latest new fund offer, the HDFC Multi-Cap Fund. On Probation Se Promotion Tak, host Abhinav talks about leadership and how it can be nurtured. On Fin Talks at Bob World, Akhil is in conversation with Mukesh Kaldra. Mukesh is the founder and CEO of ET Money, and they discuss how Indians invest. Join the Simplified Trio as they break down complex causes, effects, politics, and cricketing mishaps caused by the intense air pollution in Delhi. Yeah, you heard that right, cricketing mishaps. And on Edges and Sledges, Ashwin and DJ talk about the first test match between India and New Zealand and the 2022 IPL retentions. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. And finally, do remember that many of our shows are available on YouTube. You can check that out by going to our website, ivmpodcast.com/YouTube, where we have a list of all of our various YouTube channels. Finally, we'd like to thank the sponsors on the network this week: Cred, Bank of Baroda, HDFC Mutual Fund, CoinSwitch, Kuber, Intel, and Oxfam India. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Eventually, you'll see the end of your childhood,
Get accustomed to womanhood.
enjoy the experience of sisterhood,
Might get to wifehood
or not, choose motherhood,
or not. You'll learn to define your personhood.
earn a livelihood,
Change the neighborhood.
and get rid of the falsehood that life post-academia is easy.
So join me, Ritasha,
And me, Ayushi,
on a journey from station starting point.
to station, what now?
Next station, Pudin station, and hopefully, Agla station, adulthood.
Fresh episodes out every Thursday.